it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Oh, good Lord, this is the Buckeye Show. I'm Tito. He's Tyvis. Bodie back there running things. I feel like you guys... First of all, we got a big show lined up for you tonight. We hear what Ross Bjork had to say about the Ryan Day contract. We hear what Jake Diebler had to say after last night's huge win for Ohio State. We'll do that. We've got our Power 5. That'll be great. There's a dispute over Tyvis's Power 5 already that we're trying to hash out. No big deal. Nothing wrong with that. No one's judging. And then what else we have? We also have we got Pat Murphy. Buckeyes and Beers with Patrick Murphy's going to come up also later on in this hour. 6:30, we're going to have him on. But I feel like I have more job security. For a guy who's not officially employed here, I feel like I've got more job security now.
You feel like you got job security?
I do.
First of all, I'm going to let you know that that's a false narrative. There's one thing in America that doesn't exist, and that's called job security.
Well, all I'm saying is that, like...
I'm on eggshells every day, Tito.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Whatever, dude. Listen.
Do you know what league I came from?
Yeah.
I'm on egg. I'm scarred for life. So.
Listen to me. We had the anniversary coming up recently when the Browns signed you. I saw that.
It was
on the Facebook. There was something on one of my before I knew you on my Facebook.
It was right after the Super Bowl where they announced it.
Yeah,
I knew I was going to the Browns. I knew I was going to the Browns right after Seattle cut me. Actually, they reached out to me and called me and said
that was he.
They was like, yeah, we're going.
How long ago was that now?
That was in 16, 17. I officially became to the Browns in 17
years.
Time goes fast, man. So I've lived 3 lives since then. So
you live a bunch of lives now, as it is, as we talked about with your celebrity crushes. But the thing that, because Baker now is on Bishop and Friends, Baker would sometimes fill in here.
Okay,
he's not going to do it now. He's on Bishop and Friends. He's a full-time employee here.
Correct.
Now. So if they don't have me, who are they going to have? See, that's what I'm talking about. I think I've got job security.
Neil Sika.
Neil's not coming here for this. You kidding me? Neil's big time. There's no way Neil's doing that.
Let's see. If you were absent, that's a good question.
That's the job security I'm telling you about. What are they going to do?
That's actually a profound question.
That's why no one was happier than me that Baker got that job. I was going to say cartwheels, but I can't do cartwheels. I was rolling around on the ground, I guess I would say. But yeah, I was excited about it.
I guess you got a point there.
That's the job security.
Well, look at you, man. See, now me, on the other hand, I'm replaceable easily. You got this chair revolves.
No, you know what? I just got a text from Fish.
What'd he say?
You don't have job security, but Tyvis does.
No, I don't.
That's disrespectful.
no,
that's okay.
I do not.
Anyway, we have a big show lined up for you tonight. Can't wait for all these things. Bodie, how are you today? Been a while, Bodie.
Tito, I am fantastic. I know. I think we did the show together. Was it last Wednesday, you, me, and DeVere?
I think it was.
But this is only the second time I've seen you since probably before the new year, I think.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. We did a couple morning juices there.
This is the second time we've seen you. So. We've seen each other since Notre Dame's last loss.
So they had 3 great wins, though, leading up to it.
They did. They did.
So fun.
Hey, they're going somewhere. Look, I like where they're at going forward, too.
You know, I had to do another interview today for one of your... Let me see. Hold on. Because you might know this person.
A competitor?
Hi.
His name is Jack Sobel with the Blue and Gold.
I've heard the name.
You know what blueandgold.com is?
Oh, yeah. My dad gets Blue and Gold Illustrated, and he's got them going all the way back.
He'll see an article with some quotes from Tyvis Powell.
I'll let him know.
So what was he? Is that the whole story at an interview? There was nothing you were going to say, hey, we said this or I said that.
They was asking about Chris Ash.
I didn't know if there's more to it. I paused there to let you have the room to see if there was something else you were going to add.
It was we talked on the phone for like 20 minutes. I was telling him about Coach Ash and, all the goods and bads about Coach Ash. And yeah.
Ohio State basketball last night. I was in the house. I was there.
Look at you. Storm the court?
Did not storm the court. Listen,
it was a pretty good one to do it.
It would have been a good one to do it on.
Maryland was like 10, 15 spots higher in the rankings.
And Maryland had a 17-point lead in that first half.
Yeah, they did.
And I was like,
They had like a 14-point lead 10 seconds into the game.
yeah, and they did. They could
I
not.
thought we were heading for another, like, whoa, boy.
Yeah,
Do we need to get Maryland off the
It was
schedule?
bad. They
Maryland,
didn't score a point for like 7 minutes.
Maryland was making every shot. Ohio State was shooting like Tyvus and Papa shot back there.
Oh, they was shooting really lights out there.
They were like 5 for 20 to start the game. So
That's not bad for a Papa shot.
it's not. I see that right there. That's why you're a football player, okay? Because you think that's okay. Anyway, Ohio State they rallied back, and it was a great environment. There weren't as many fans there as I thought there would be. It was an okay crowd, but it wasn't by no means was it sold out or full.
Was you in the section with the shirts off with the paint on your belly?
I did, and what's funny about that is they could put 2 letters on me. So that's what it was. That's why I'm so popular for that, Tyvus, is because I can have multiple, like if somebody can't be there.
I ever tell you that's like a dream of mine, to go in the student section and have my shirt off with the paint on.
See, you're trying to get me in trouble.
Why?
What color paint?
Red.
Okay, red's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Is it going to blend in too much?
I don't know if it will or not. It needs to be a lighter hue of red, is all I'm saying. Now, Tyvus, you can do that, though. If you just show up like that at the game, whatever it is, they'll fit you in. You could do that.
I'm going to go up to the guy and say, hey, let me be the C this game.
That's all you got to do.
No, they not. You think they going to let me be the C?
And according to you, Cardale could be like 3 letters.
He don't need none of us. He is his whole
Here we
section.
go. He's got a whole. He's John 3:16. That's what he is on his stomach.
Section.
That's you can't do that, man. He'll sit next to everybody. That's fine.
He can by himself spell out "Go Buckeyes" on his body. That.
That's so disrespectful to Cardale Jones, national champion, and you're doing that to him. That's rude.
I just tell it like it is, Tito.
No, you don't.
Tell it like it is.
You still driving his Tesla?
No. Gave it back. He took it back from me. He got mad at me that I was saying that he was 300 pounds and all that stuff. So he's sensitive about his weight.
I understand, and I would have taken it back also if I were him. So yeah, it was a big win last night for Ohio State. Great invite. What I was trying to get to say was that even though the crowd, I want to be respectful of Ohio State here, even though the crowd was not a sellout, it was probably less than Ohio State wanted. The crowd was into it, which I love seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, first of all, right now football is over with. So your passion for Ohio State right now feeds into men and women's basketball.
Right.
And the men's team, they feel like they turn in the corner.
Yep.
So this is like the time to really watch them. I know they lost to Illinois the game before, but like this was one of those how did they gonna bounce back thing, and it started off bad. People was probably upset. But when you see them start coming back and you see Bruce and Devin and really start getting involved and they start making these shots, and the way that the thing ended, like that's like, all right, this is why we pay our money to see stuff like this. So it was everything that you want in a basketball game.
It was a very entertaining game,
Did he call bank?
I don't know if he did. I know they said like
called game.
He should have, but I don't think he called bank. I don't think he called it.
No, he called game.
I don't think he called game either. And maybe look, if I don't think he did. I can't believe he called bank for sure because you don't leave your hand from that far away. You don't think it's going to bank in.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, I don't know Bruce personally, but I know the great Kobe Bryant said that in those situations, you always want to throw it high off the glass, hit it off the backboard on them type of situations. And it's funny because Kobe did a game winner like that. Dwayne Wade did a game winner like that. And then I seen Bruce do a game winner like that. So young kids out there, throw it high off the glass. Bank it in.
It was fun to watch last night, that's for sure. Coming up next, we will hear from Jake Diebler and what he had to say after the game last night and talk about the implications for Ohio State's season going forward. We'll do that next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon, even if this promo is playing in the morning. No judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Or sent a text?
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
When you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Giant Eagle is teaming up with Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola to give one lucky Buckeye fan a VIP basketball experience. Go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle to enter for a chance to win 4 tickets with parking to the March 4th home finale against Nebraska, a Buckeye prize pack, a $200 Giant Eagle gift card, and a trip to the head coach's radio show. Enter today at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle for a chance to win. Brought to you by Giant Eagle, Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola. Go Bucks!
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little sunshine, light winds, dry and chilly on your Friday. Temperatures holding in the mid to upper 30s. Down to the mid to upper 20s by tomorrow morning with mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a couple of pockets of freezing drizzle or rain early, but a better chance of freezing rain to change all rain by afternoon on Saturday. High temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Brutus is their homeboy. This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, it's the Buckeye Show. Tito, Tyvis, Bodie with you. Thank you for tuning in. Coming up at 6:30, Patrick Murphy from Bucknuts and 24/7 CBS Sports will join us. Right now, though, we're going to talk more about this Ohio State win last night against Maryland. Huge win. Maryland blew out the Buckeyes the first time they met. Ugly, ugly game. Bodie, before I get into this, how's Notre Dame's basketball? I'm not being a jerk. I'm asking a serious question. How's Notre Dame's basketball team doing?
Yeah, no, you're okay. They're terrible.
They are?
Now, the women are awesome.
The women are great. No, I know the women are great because my dad tells me, my dad is a huge women's basketball fan. Every time I talk to my dad, he'll give me the update. He said Notre Dame had a big win last night.
Oh, God, they
whoever their star player was started off cold, but then,
really
then she got hot.
But yeah, they could win it all. They could probably, right? Yeah, she's a stud. If you could somehow even out the size, I think the women would smoke the men. Probably not technically, but that's how much better they are.
Is Alaco playing well for the men or not?
He's been okay.
Okay, yeah. Alaco's the Upper Arlington kid. Hilliard Bradley's where he went, and then they went to Princeton, and then now he's at Notre Dame.
Why didn't he go to OSU?
I don't know if they offered him or not. I'm not sure if they did. They might have, but I think it was around the time though of the transition from Thad. I can't remember what the whole thing was, but anyway, good job for him going to Princeton. And then Princeton's not a bad degree to have, but he was a kid who, ever since I knew the kid when he was like 7-8 years old, and he was a gym rat. And he's fundamental. Dad's a coach, so he's like, super fundamental, shoot free throws well, knows the triple threat position.
He's Tim Hall.
Yeah, he's Tim Hall with more skill. He's like if Tim Hall was good.
Okay. I would love to play a pickup game with Tim just to see how he is.
I think he'd beat you.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he would.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just saying, I think he'd beat you.
What about you and I?
Well, it depends on the rules.
That's no blood, no foul.
Then you probably beat me. Okay. Because you're like a power forward now with your weight gain. So Jake Debo last night after the Ohio State Maryland game, he praised the fans. I talked about that a minute ago. Here's Jake Debo talking about the fans at the game last night.
I think our crowd played a role, and here's why. Because when we made a run, you can feel the energy. When they made a run, the energy didn't die. Like they stuck with us. They helped us, in that second half. So I think that was a factor.
I can't tell you how excited I am, Tyvis, to be sitting here February 7th and be excited about the men's basketball team.
I know, right?
They went 4-4 in January, I think, which is great.
It's been a couple years. The last 2 years, they was like 0 in.
Yes, 0 in the number. 0 in the number. Yes, 0 in games is what they were.
We get to this point last 2 years and be hopefully they can win out in the tournament to make hopefully they can win out in the Big Ten tournament to try to make the big bracket.
I finally feel good about this team. Like, I feel confident this team will make the tournament this year. That was a big win last night.
It was a big win. It was to be down 17, like you could easily just pack it in.
Right.
I mean, what game was it this year where they was down by like 30 at halftime?
That was Maryland, wasn't it?
Was it the first time
Maryland? Yeah, they were down 50-17 at the first half. They were down, at the half, they were 50-17. Is that correct?
There was another one in there too.
Maryland?
Yeah, it was Maryland and
Auburn. Auburn was the other one.
Yes,
Auburn
I was going to say it was somebody really good. And
yes.
Maryland was good too. Is good.
I think the one I'm thinking about is Maryland because I laughed at it. Like they down, it was like 50-14 or something.
It was 50-17 because I remember seeing that was just under 7 minutes, between 6.5 7 minutes last night in the first half. Ohio State eclipsed their first half scoring from the last time they played Maryland. By the way, so Ohio State they fight back. They are in a battle with Maryland. It's tied 70-70 come down the stretch. And Ohio State's got the ball. There's like about a 5-second difference in the shot clock and game clock. Let's let Paul Keels tell you all about it.
13 on the shot clock and a tie game at 70. Thornton now below center circle. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Thornton moves to the right point. Thornton dribbling right to the key. 5 on the shot clock. Thornton throws a 3 right to the key. Banks it in. Bruce Thornton. With 7.4 seconds to play. 31 for Bruce Thornton, and Ohio State leading 73-70. How about that?
I think he had 31 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah. I like the fact that Devin Royal had 11 boards. That's, to me, been the one thing. Our rebounding has not been great in all of the games. They have moments where they look good, and then there's games where they can't get rebounds. And it was nice to see somebody step up. You know, the last time I was on was Tuesday with Tim, and I was telling him Aaron Brash had 2 boards.
Right.
Against 2 boards, and you played the whole game?
Yeah.
You a 7-1 guy? So it was nice to see Devin come in and get 11. I think maybe Sean Stewart might have had 6, maybe. Something like that. They did a really good job on the boards, and that's, to me, the key thing that's missing, because I think that they're going to be undersized inside. You know, if they go up against a big man, that's going to be the hardest thing for them to try to defend. But you got to find a way to at least get the rebounds. Like, they be letting these big mans miss a shot, get the ball, go back up like that. That is what's killing this team. So it's nice to see them have some emphasis on getting the rebounds.
It was 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for Bruce Thornton. Sorry about that. Yeah, right. 7 points, 11 rebounds for Devin Royal. 3 of them on the offensive glass, by the way. Micah Parrish had 13 points, 8 rebounds. And again, Aaron Bradshaw didn't play. Didn't get a reason why. I'm not sure. And we still, Michi Johnson's also out as well. So I'm not sure about his status. But it was a big win for Ohio State, a game that I think they have a hard time winning.
I think Bradshaw was just sick.
Was he just sick? Is that all it was? Kind of hope so.
I think it's kind of going through the team for a second there, because I think Stewart was out against who'd they just play? Illinois on Sunday. Yeah, so I think that's all that was.
Okay. So, yeah, a big win for the Buckeyes, though. They improved to 14-9, 6-6. They have one of the tougher schedules. If you look at, the ratings of schedules, they've got one of the tougher schedules in the country.
What is this? They missing games for being sick. Michael Jordan went out there and had a performance.
This is the oldest you've ever sounded.
Have I ever? Do you think I ever missed? I've never missed
back in your day. I know, back in your day.
Sick.
I understand that, yes.
Sick.
Tyvis, you are too young to be that old to say that.
I'll be 31 in 9 days. So
you're 30, though, right? I'm not doing this argument with you again. We're not going to have that discussion. You are 31 is what you are.
I'm on the final days of being 30.
Any celebration planned?
My wife is making me do a dinner with friends.
Wait, she's making you do a dinner?
Yeah, she's making me. She's forcing it.
How? It's your birthday.
I was just trying to, me, Tito. I don't. If you didn't know that I'm a very simple guy, I know you're simple, but you're also. So, I didn't really want to do nothing. I just sit.
You totally did.
I'm a homebody.
No, you totally did.
It's my New Year's resolution to get out more.
Since it's the Buckeye Show, how many former Buckeyes will be at said dinner? You don't have to give the names. Just curious how many will be there.
I'll tell you. Josh should be there. Cardale's supposed to be there.
Okay, just give last names, too. Josh who?
Perry.
He's going to come in town for he's here now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. He's not coming from Chicago. Okay, yeah. Josh will be there. Okay, who else?
Perry, Cardale Jones supposed to be there. That's it for Buckeyes, I think.
I know you're a very private person. I find it interesting, though, when people approach you for autographs, you charge them in restaurants. That part's kind of weird to me.
The thing about me, I'm not a recognizable guy.
What the hell you are? Don't do this. Tyvis, don't do this.
I am known more, Tito, for the radio than my football career. I'm telling you. People hear me talk and they be like, that's Tyvis right there. That's how they know.
I don't.
If I sat there and didn't say anything, they wouldn't look at me. I'm not a noticeable guy.
Bo, do you agree with that take or not? Let's do Hollywood Squares. Agree, disagree?
I guess it depends on the setting. Grocery store, I don't know.
The weird part is,
put them around Ohio State fans.
Right.
Yeah, they would recognize
But the fact he wears the helmet and shoulder pads when he goes out with his family makes him a lot more recognizable.
Oh, that's Tyvis Powell.
Right. Look at him. Oh, look, who's 23? Oh, let me look back. Oh, it's Powell. Tyvis. Oh, you recognize me. I'm so surprised. This is a shock to me.
Wouldn't that be sad if somebody actually had to do that?
Dude, if you don't think I would do that, I would totally do that in a heartbeat.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Tito.
Look, honestly, I want to wear a shirt that says I love Tito out everywhere. That's what I want to do.
You get recognized a lot?
No, the voice gets me sometimes, yes.
See?
But not like you, though. No, but I remember there's a T.O. when he was through all stuff with the Eagles and everything. He did an interview one time at ESPN. He had a shirt on, white shirt and green lettering. It said, I heart T.O. And I want an I heart Tito shirt. And I keep making little suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
No, to the fan for their fan store. I think some people, not many, I think some people would buy it.
I heart Tito.
I heart Tito. And I would wear it in public. And I'd have Tito on the back. I'd have my Twitter handle.
You got to have a fancy phrase.
I think I just got it. I love Tito.
I need to get that little thing called "You'll See."
So you can. That
is so clever.
That's anyway. One more here from Diebler. We'll do this right here. Here is Diebler talking about what makes this team special.
This group is connected. I don't mean for that to sound cliche, and it may be hard to see something tangible like that at times, but that it really is about our toughness and how connected we are. And we're playing with better attention to detail. We're playing, with more smarter possessions, and we've been doing that consistently. And we've been doing it for most of the season about growing. I always felt like this team had the ability to grow throughout the course of the season. And we talked about it, right, just recently, that we weren't done growing, like we haven't arrived yet. So I think we're seeing that. We're seeing real growth, certainly with some guys individually, but we're also seeing it as a collective group. And, it's that time of year.
You know what I like about him?
What's that?
Is that right now he's got, I wouldn't say he's got the greatest group of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce is good, is great. You went in the transfer portal, got some guys. Devin Royal seems to be taking the next step, but he doesn't have like those ESPN top 5 classes and stuff. But yet he's making it work. And I'm hoping, with this season, if I'm a recruit and you watch the development of these guys over the course of a season, I would hope that at some point that one of these big-time recruits, maybe a couple of them, decide to come here. Because it's funny, when you watch recruiting, it'd be top 5 recruits that's like, Ohio State's in my final
three or whatever, yeah.
And it's like, okay, so something good is happening here.
Absolutely.
But none of them has seemed to really pull the trigger, and I'm hoping at some point he's able to land those. Because I want to see what he does, when he gets those type of guys, that type of talent in here, how far he really could go, because he seems to be doing a really good job of just developing guys right before our eyes.
That win showed me a lot last night, and very happy for them, very happy for Diebler. There's been moments during the season like, oh, we're back to that. But then they ended up pulling it out. Like last night, when they were down 17, I was like, oh, not again. And they find a way to pull it out, and Diebler was great, and the team was great. And it was so much fun to watch. They are just an exciting team to watch. All right, coming up next, though, we'll talk about the major change at the Ohio State football program with Patrick Murphy. Beers and Buckeyes in 2 minutes right here at 97.1 The Fan.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University, Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
All right, let's head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Patrick Murphy from Bucknuts 24/7 Sports, CBS Sports joins us now. Patrick, all these changes with the Ohio State coaching staff, is there a certain move you are most excited about?
Ooh, excited? I would say I think Brian Hartline getting this opportunity to really be the offensive coordinator, because he's been the offensive coordinator before in title, right, as of 2 years ago when he was promoted into this role, and then obviously he was a co-offensive coordinator this past season. But I think this will be the first chance that Buckeye fans get to see what that really looks like, assuming, and I think it's fair to assume that Brian Hartline will be the offensive coordinator, the play caller, like everything that has to do with this. I don't imagine Ryan Day is going to backtrack from the CEO role that he found. Obviously, it'll be different without Chip Kelly there, a guy that he knows and trusts at a level that he probably doesn't with any other coach. But I think to see what that looks like is exciting. So, yeah, I would say that's probably exciting. I'm also intrigued by the hiring of Tyler Bowen as an offensive line coach, a guy who has offensive coordinator experience, which I think is important to mention along with Brian Hartline, because I think he, along with Coach Day, can help kind of nurture Brian Hartline a little bit, if needed, in this whole process. So I think a lot of it goes hand in hand, but yeah, I'd say that was what I'd be most excited about.
Let me ask you, Pat, about Brian Hartline. You know, you talked about him, being the play caller. This past season, obviously Ryan Day did this CEO approach, but you would say that he probably still was involved in play calling. How much, but you would probably say, 70-30 Chip Kelly, him? If you think about this year with Hartline as the play caller, how much of it do you think he would give, like percentage-wise, do you think it'd be Hartline over Ryan Day calling plays?
Yeah, I mean, if we're breaking it down percentage-wise, I would say, obviously, I think, especially early in the season, you got Texas week 1. I imagine Brian Day is a bit more involved in that one as Brian Hartline, assuming this is going to be his responsibility, is doing it for the first time in a game. But I think if you're Ryan Day, like, you have to let Brian Hartline do his thing, and you have to see how this works to some degree. So I don't think you can, have the reins too tight, I guess, for lack of a better term. And, if things are going poorly, which I don't expect they will, like, I think Brian Hartline has been a part of this offense for a while now. He's worked with some really good offensive minds, Ryan Day, Chip Kelly, Kevin Wilson, others. So I think that like at this point in his career, Brian Hartline's probably ready for this opportunity. Is it at Ohio State for most guys? Probably not. But I think if you are Ryan Day and you've decided he has what it takes to be promoted in this role, you're going to give him play calling responsibilities. You can't be too micromanager over the top of him, because I think that's kind of where you could have a recipe for disaster, so to speak.
Patrick Murphy joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Nebraska has decided they're not going to play their spring game this year because Matt Rule's insecure and doesn't want people coming and stealing the players. I don't think Ryan Day has the same issue, but the fact that Ryan Day has said that spring practice is starting later, which leads me to believe the game will be later. Do you see a world where the spring game will not be the spring game anymore?
I think it's definitely a possibility, and I think this could be across college football. I mean, if you think about it from a team perspective, like what does the spring game give you? There's obviously the revenue that comes in, but it's not a ton. Those tickets are pretty cheap. And then you get some players who haven't played in the horseshoe before, and that's freshmen and transfers, a little bit of experience of that, what they'll get on game day. But other than that, you could essentially have a closed-door scrimmage at the horseshoe, which they do during spring practice already. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd ask Tyvis, like, how big of an advantage do you think it is to have a spring game every year other than to, get fans out there in the spring? I could see a world where teams start to go away from that if they're worried about things like tampering or just – hey, this really isn't something that's advantageous to us anymore. Yes, it's a big part of history of spring practice and the way we end things, but does it really benefit us? Maybe not as much as it used to. So I could see it. I don't think that will happen this year with Ohio State, but it does sound like more teams than just Nebraska have at least thought about, hey, does this make sense?
They should turn it into a scrimmage. They should scrimmage OU or something like that. I think that'd be more beneficial.
For sure.
I don't know if you might not have to put that on camera or, make it a spring game so the world can see it. But, I think that at some point, you have to have a game situation. And I get it. Ohio State does a great job of, in practice, trying to make everything like a game-like rep. But the only way that it's going to be a game-like rep for real, is if it's the fans in that stands watching or – you going up against somebody else. That's the only way that it's going to be real like that. So I think that's why the spring game always will have some weight. The tampering thing is funny because
he's insecure, dude.
No, it's crazy because he's not the only one that feels that way. I'm sure a lot of schools feel that way, but
Alabama doesn't, Ohio State doesn't, Georgia doesn't, Texas doesn't.
Penn State
we don't know.
does.
No, I don't think they do. I don't look. There's no transfers Ohio State has lost recently. Now, you say the Burrow thing, but Ohio State was fine, and Burrow was great. Don't get me wrong. You can talk about the Kyle McCord year. Fine. Ohio State was better off Will Howard. There's not many guys they've lost, and it's like, oh my gosh, how are they going to replace him? And the guy was great somewhere else.
I feel like the problem with it all is whether the kid is seen on TV or not,
right?
If he's not playing, he's getting in the portal. That's the writing's on the wall in the spring. What the results is going to be unless somebody get hurt. So kids is going to make that decision whether or not they're in a spring game or not. So you might as well go out there and give them a game-like atmosphere.
Well, I think the one thing that could be, to Matt Rule's point, is a young guy, be it a freshman or sophomore who hasn't played, who has a really good spring and has a good spring game. So maybe there's a little bit of buzz about this kid, and then you get to see him on TV, and now it's okay, teams are now, trying to poach him. Say a Mylan Graham, for instance, the wide receiver who didn't play much this year. If he goes and there starts to be some buzz about him in the spring, and then he goes and has a spring game where he catches 5 passes for 85 yards and a touchdown or something. But he's probably not going to play a ton given what Ohio State has coming back, assuming they continue to play mostly 3 wide receivers. Do teams all of a sudden, start to get into Mylan Graham's, DMs to parents, however this tampering is happening, and say, hey, we've got this we could offer you in the post-spring transfer portal, and now, he's got something to think about, whereas maybe if you don't put it on tape,
they still gonna know.
Don't see it; they just hear it.
Yeah, I say they still gonna hear about it though.
But and if you're Graham though, Patrick, it's okay. The reason you came to Ohio State was you knew there was a full wide receiver room already. You knew coming in that it was going to be stud laden in that wide receiver room, and you want to play for Heartline and for Ohio State because you want to get to the NFL. So if somebody else comes and tries to poach you, it's my reasons for coming to Ohio State are still the same. And if somebody poaches you, then you know what? Then so be it. Julian Fleming didn't do great at Penn State this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and maybe Mylan Graham, just given Ohio State's success at wide receiver, was a bad example. I was just trying to think of somebody who could have a spring that you could pick, and especially Ohio State. I think Ohio State does a good job of retaining the guys that they want to retain for the most part. But if we're talking across the country, somebody like that, I think. It's at least a conversation, I think, to have.
We'll get you out. Go ahead.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll get you out on this one. There was a player for Ohio State, I don't know how long ago, it was maybe 10, 11 years ago, whatever it was, 12 years ago maybe, had an interception in the spring game. They got called back because of a penalty on the defense. Would that still be considered an interception?
Oh, I feel like I'm getting set up here. Explain the scenario again.
A guy gets an interception, okay?
Okay.
Defensive back gets an interception. And there's a flag on the play, defensive penalty on somebody else, and they take the play, and it gets wiped out. They move the offense, gets to move up, penalty on the defense. Does that still count as an interception?
I would say in a spring game, yeah, give it to the player.
Oh, God.
That's why you are the man,
Patrick knows. No, Patrick knows that he's going to talk to you. A hell of a lot more he's going to talk to me. That's why he's doing it.
Listen, he knew it was you.
Context. He knew it was you. He did know it was you. Yes, he did. The way he said that, he knew it was him. God, Patrick, okay. Look, I still love you. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good, guys.
That was Patrick Murphy, Bucknuts 24/7 CBS Sports, and also in Tyvis's back pocket. Coming up next, it's time for the Power 5. We've randomly chosen a topic and ranked our best 5 or worst 5 of something, but we're just 5. We'll do that next. This is Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Congrats, Buckeyes. Cheers for the 2024 national champions. We know there's nothing like celebrating in Columbus. So wherever you choose to celebrate, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Get ready for the big game with fan favorites like buy one, get one free extra large avocados. Plus, buy 5, save $5 deals when you mix or match other go-to items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products plus deposit where applicable, and Sweet Baby Ray's marinade or sauce. Shopping at Meijer makes game day a good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Donato's is dancing into 2025 with a New Year's deal that's too good to miss. All January long, get 25% off everything you order online. That's 25% off Donato's famous thin crust pizzas, oven-baked subs, fresh salads, wings, desserts, all your Donato's favorites. So get 2025 started with 25% off your online order now and throughout January using promo code 2025. Order with the app or at Donatos.com.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
There's nothing like having Common Man and T-Bone resting on your bosom.
Oh, for someone with no breasts, you've done very well for yourself.
Gross. Pick up the latest T-shirt in the Fan store or pick up merch from a show you actually like. We even have Ohio State and jacket stuff. Head to 971thefan.com.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Hey friends, Beamer here. I want to tell you about my new obsession. It's the Daisy French onion dip. One of my guilty pleasures, I'm sure you have it too, during the football season, is eating dips. Sometimes with chips, wings, veggies, whatever you want to dip in there. And now Daisy, they've come out with a Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy Ranch dip, and these are a total game changer. They're just as good as homemade dips, if not even better. They've got real herbs and spices and ingredients you'd even find in your own kitchen. I invite you to try the Daisy French onion dip. I'm a big French onion guy. That's my favorite. You can look for Daisy French onion dip at a grocery store near you.
Big game party? Save big with Hothead Burritos super online catering discount. Bowls, burritos, tacos. Your guests will have a blast creating their own with choices for groups of 10 or more. Plan your menu now for Sunday's game at hotheadburritos.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Because there's nothing better to do on a Friday night, let's just rank 5 things. It's the Buckeye Show's Power 5.
Power 5 time. Tito and Tyvis with you here. Bodie back there running things. Bodie, just so you know, you are one of the 2 or 3 biggest Notre Dame fans I know. Cousin Rob is the other one, texting me incessantly during the show. Tell Bodie, keep the faith. Football will be fine. Women will cut down the nets. All these things. He's just telling me to make sure you keep the faith. I think you do have the faith.
Oh, yeah.
You're
First
fine.
off, I think they're going to go deep in March.
Yes. He's got to cut down the nets.
Going to make March, but I don't think I have ever been this optimistic about where Notre Dame football is in my entire life.
Yep.
They just had the 3 best wins of my entire life.
No
I
doubt,
think.
yes.
So, yeah, very, very pro Marcus Freeman fan over here for sure.
My Power 5 was going to be my favorite defensive backs from Ohio State since 2010, but I only had 3, and they were all on this year's team. Tyvis, do you have your Power 5?
I do have my Power 5. My Power 5 is
Neil?
Tito's out of line. My Power 5 is my top 5 celebrity crushes of when I was younger.
Do we have an age range in here?
No, let's just say
like
from a kid,
pre-high school.
No, we'll say so. We'll say up to 18.
Okay, up to 18. All right, let's go.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay, number 5 is Betty Rubble.
Good Lord.
Oh gosh! I figured you like that. But Betty was like that. You wasn't attracted to Betty?
Not in the way you were. By the way, the Flintstones were on primetime when they first came out. Like it was a primetime show.
Really?
And Fred and Wilma were the first couple on primetime to appear in bed together.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Number 4 on my list.
How about stupid stuff Tito knows for $200, please, Alex?
Number 4 on my list. Megan Good from Cousin Skeeter. You ever seen Cousin
Never
Skeeter?
saw Cousin
That's
Skeeter.
a shame. These kids today don't know what Cousin Skeeter is, but Megan Good on Cousin Skeeter was like.
Okay, Bo, do you know what Cousin Skeeter is? Do you know what that is?
I do know who Megan Good is. I
Okay,
have
no
no
Cousin
clue.
Skeeter.
Yeah, not a clue. Sorry, Tyus.
I
can get on board with Megan
Okay.
Good, though.
All right. Number 3, you guys should know and appreciate Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, yes.
Strong pick.
No,
Yep.
hey,
Okay,
no
thank
doubt,
you.
yes.
Thank you. I
But
appreciate
from
that.
Boomerang's where I like her from. You ever see Boomerang?
Yes.
Okay, first of all,
Don't do that.
say don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Don't you do that to me.
I saw it in the theater.
You think you could do this to me?
Right, I'm just saying. Don't tell. Yeah,
Did I see
guys gonna be
Boomerang?
Pelican Bay when I'm done here.
Listen, you can't stop there. Mushroom Belt.
Oh yeah. No.
It took you a second. No, that's fine. Yeah, look at it. Mushroom jacket. Yeah, you got to coordinate. That's what you got to do. Yes.
All right, number 2 on my list, Christina Milian. When I was in, Christina Milian became like my big time crush when I was in like the 5th or 6th grade. Like she was just a very attractive woman. You know, Love Don't Cost a Thing came out, and I was like, that woman is very attractive. And
Who's number 1? So Bodie tells me number 1 is, right?
I told him who number 1 is.
And I said
he heard what he wanted to hear.
No, I didn't hear what I wanted to hear. I'm just saying he said what it was.
I said Neil Long.
And he said Neil Long. And I thought it was Neil Long. I know who Neil Long is. The way he said it.
I said Neil Long.
And I was like, oh.
And he looking at me like, I don't know who Neil
Long is.
I'm like, you don't know who Neil Long is?
Kind of a weird name for a woman. But it's okay. I'm not going to judge.
Neil Long. Neil Long was, ever since I seen her in Friday, like she has been my celebrity crush. Even still to this day, I still think she's a very attractive woman. So that's my top 5 childhood celebrity crushes.
And when you said Neil, that's Kat, K-A-T, on Guiding Light back in the early 90s, before Soul Food, the movie.
Soul Food was great.
Also, I saw it in the theater. You didn't.
No.
Okay.
What
Whatever.
was I, like 2?
Okay. You know what? Let's not disrespect each other. I've been very kind to you tonight.
I'm just saying, you saying it to me like I was of age.
I'm not sure who Neil Long.
Rating on
Listen,
that? You know what the rating on that movie was?
It was probably R at that point.
You think I was in the movies watching that?
What was the movie called?
Soul Food. Soul Food, yes. Neil Long's in it. There's Big Mom. I can't remember the other actors' names.
Vivica Fox.
No, not Vivica Fox. You're wrong. Vivica Fox was not in that movie, I don't think. It was Vanessa Williams.
Yeah, and Vivica Fox.
Vivica was in it too?
Yeah.
Who was Vivica on that one? Because Vanessa.
Sister.
Okay. I knew Vanessa was in it.
It was three sisters. Oh, and then the cousin.
The cousin who caused the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, rated R.
There we go. Rated R on that.
Yeah, I was not going in the theaters to see that.
Tommy Pocket says 32, and I know Cousin Skeeter and Megan Good. I got you, Titus.
Shout out to him, man. That's
Tommy
what I'm
Pockets.
talking about.
All right, my power five. I'm sorry, are I'm get off my lawn. I've said these things on the air before. Top 5 things I want to change about sports. Top 5 rules I want changed or changes within the sports.
Oh, wait a minute before you go.
Yes, please.
My honorable mention was Topanga.
Oh yeah, Topanga. Yeah, from Boy Meets World. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She was something else.
Yeah, she was a very attractive lady.
Topanga was. That's for sure. All right, my power 5. Number 5, get rid of the All-Star games. Those are stupid now.
In all sports.
Every sport, get rid of the All-Star game. Doesn't even matter.
Even baseball?
Yes. Look, baseball's All-Star game used to be fun because it was.
Still is.
No, it used to be
It's the most competitive one?
It used to be fun because you could see guys that never face each other except in the World Series. And now you've got interleague play, and it changes dramatically. It used to be great to see a guy from the American League who's a stud.
You mean to tell me this past year when they had Paul Skeens on that mound?
Yeah.
You wasn't fired up to start that game.
Really.
That was unbelievable. Didn't he face some 3 really good hitters?
He might have.
And I think he
probably faced 3 All-Stars.
I think 3 All-Stars. A good call by you. Bodie just broke that one down for us there. Paul Skeens did face All-Stars in the All-Star game. There you go, Tyvus. Well done, Bodie, with that one. That was huge investigative work right away.
Get rid of All-Star games.
Okay, get rid of All-Star games. Number 4, all stadiums going forward in baseball have to have retractable roofs. I don't care. Any stadium you're building now, if you're an owner, want to build a new stadium, I don't care whose money, whatever it is, it's got to have a retractable roof.
Just baseball.
Just baseball. Because I still want, I'd like seeing you guys freeze in football. I like seeing
that. What is that?
Dude,
But you don't want to see them freeze in baseball?
No, baseball's a summer sport. Your sport,
man.
Baseball's a summer sport.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
I'm just telling.
When you enjoy football the most? When the weather is nice.
No, I enjoy football in snow, sleet, rain, hurricane, wind, whatever.
No,
I'm in my recliner with the blanket on. You guys are freezing.
So boring. They just gonna run the ball. It's a boring game.
The Ravens-Bills game was boring?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. It was a great game. Next one. Raise the basket in basketball. You need to adjust. Yes, raise the basket. Look, the game is different than when they first started the peach baskets and a bunch of 6'2" guys playing center. It's not that way anymore. Okay? It is a much different game. Raise the basket. I would go to 11 feet right now. Make it 11 feet. Start. Do like baseball and go to CBA. Huh?
You can still dunk on that?
Me?
Yeah.
I can get the net.
At 11 feet.
Trampoline.
Okay. Maybe not anymore. I used to be able to slap backboards.
Oh yeah,
yeah. In my
that was the thing when I was
banging.
Yeah.
I couldn't make the shot and bang it and slap the backboard at the same time.
No, you got to lay it up and
lay it up. Boom! I know I couldn't do that. What I would do is shoot my layup and then jump up and touch and then smack the backboard. Then next one, move the 3-point line back. It is ridiculous.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah, look, it is with how good these players are. You need to adjust. Adjust it right now. Move the 3-point line back. I'd move it back a couple of feet. Because where they're shooting from now, it is ridiculous. They've got great range. We've got taller players, faster players, better shooters. So raise the basket, move the 3-point line back. Last one I've got, and this won't happen because of the 18.
I don't think any of these are happening, but
well, that's fine.
Continue.
Get rid of the bye week for the Super Bowl. I don't like having this 2 weeks off. I think you should have 1 week off and get to the game. Now, they're going to go to the 18-week schedule, push it to President's Day. I'm fine with that. That's what they're going to do. I'm okay with that. I don't like having the Super – and I'd have the Super Bowl on a Saturday. I've said that for, 15 years. I've said have the Super Bowl on a Saturday. If you're going to have the bye week, you don't need a full 2 weeks off. Have the Super Bowl on a Saturday so we can all have our regular Sunday life versus everyone going to work on, not us, not me and you, and not Bodie, but I'm saying everybody else, John Q. Public, whatever, and kids going to school and all of that. I would say get rid of that or have the game on a Saturday.
The Super Bowl?
Yes.
Are you
Are you
mad?
What do you need the extra day for?
Super Bowl Sunday.
That's what it was called when they came out with it. You know, it was great when the kickoff was 3 o'clock in Tulane. Okay, it was great back then. Now we've got a 6:30 kickoff.
So they can't just move the kickoff up?
Okay, do that if you want to. They're not going to do that. It's a 6:30 kick this year, and you've got a 45-minute halftime show with Kendrick Lamar, who I still haven't heard a song by him yet, I don't think.
What?
Yeah, I don't think I know Kendrick.
You never heard the Not Like Us song. You couldn't avoid it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
that's
don't remember hearing
it's
that.
become a pretty
it
big
was everywhere. You know
played
it.
at
You know
sporting
it if you hear it.
I probably would, just for my daughter playing in the
You
car.
just like start dancing out of nowhere. You start.
Is that what it is?
You start like sea walking and stuff out of nowhere.
I do the same thing as rappers.
You just can't help yourself. You look like Snoop Dogg and Tupac.
First of all, America's Most Wanted. Right?
There you go. Two of them.
Ain't nothing but a gangster party. There we go. Look how hip I am. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. Party. Right? Look at this.
We got to get you to say it with more rhythm. But yeah.
No, that was perfect. That was the perfect white man rhythm. But nonetheless, we don't have to worry about it more because the NFL fixed it. Coming up next, our Power 5 is done. If we could rank our 5 favorite producers of this program, Bodie would definitely be on the list somewhere. College Football Pulse is next. This is Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Congrats, Buckeyes. Cheers for the 2024 national champions. We know there's nothing like celebrating in Columbus. So wherever you choose to celebrate, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I used to love shooting hoops with my dad, who taught me great lessons beyond the game. He was the one who helped me open my first bank account. He told me, credit unions take care of you like a teammate and often have the best rates. That's why I've been a Credit Union of Ohio member for 40 plus years.
Make life more affordable at Credit Union of Ohio. With great rates on savings and loans, Credit Union of Ohio has been trusted by families for generations. Visit cuofohio.org to join today. That's cuofohio.org. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Giant Eagle is teaming up with Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola to give one lucky Buckeye fan a VIP basketball experience. Go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle to enter for a chance to win 4 tickets with parking to the March 4th home finale against Nebraska, a Buckeye prize pack, a $200 Giant Eagle gift card, and a trip to the head coach's radio show. Enter today at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle for a chance to win. Brought to you by Giant Eagle, Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola. Go Bucks!
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. We'll start with men's college basketball. Last night, Ohio State picked up a huge win as Bruce Thornton banked in a three with 7 seconds left to lead the Buckeyes past number 18 Maryland 73-70. Ohio State improves to 14-9 on the season and 6-6 in Big Ten play. Next up for the Buckeyes, they're at Nebraska on Sunday afternoon. In women's college hoops, Ohio State wraps up their 2-game stop in LA tomorrow night. It's another top 10 matchup as the 8th-ranked Buckeyes will face number 7 Southern California. Tip-off is at 9. Matt Andrews has the call starting at 8:45 tomorrow night on ESPN Columbus. In the NBA, we got the best team and the worst team in the association meeting in the nation's capital tonight. That's where the Cavaliers take on the Wizards. Cleveland enters the night at a league best 41-10 this season. Meanwhile, Washington, they're bringing up the rear. They are 9-41 this year. Tip-off is right now here at 7. And in hockey tonight, the Blue Jackets will host the New York Rangers tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 right here on The Fan.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Before you get to that, Bodie, you mentioned the Cavs 41-10. That's 41 wins in 51 games. In Major League Baseball this year, the Chicago White Sox had 41 wins in 162 games.
Washington, they're going to hope to crack 10 wins this year. I mean, they are at 9.
9-41.
Plenty to go. But
I think the record's 9-73 by a Philadelphia 76ers team in the early 70s. So they're not in danger of that. They're not going to lose the last 32, but still, yes.
The Trust the Process 76ers.
Yes.
I think they went 10 in
I think you're
72 handful of years ago. The Bobcats only won like 7 games in that shortened
season,
lockout year.
season,
Yeah. 7-56 maybe, give or take, or 8-56, something like that. So, yeah. And it got them Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, so that worked out pretty well.
Perfect.
And for the 76ers, they got Ben Simmons, so that worked out really well as well.
That one's perfect. All right, what do you got for us tonight?
All right, guys, we'll start with this one here. It's never too early to look ahead to next season. And ESPN, they got their way too early college football All-America team. Got 3 Buckeyes on the list. If you guys haven't clicked on the link yet, you guys want to take a guess at the 3, you can get 2 of them very easy.
Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs.
That's 2, yep. Third one's tough. If you get it, I'll be impressed to some sort of extent.
Is it offense or defense?
It's offense.
Oh, jeez.
Carson Hinsman.
He did not play for the Buckeyes last year, actually.
The tackle.
You're getting warmer. He played for the worst football team in America, actually, Purdue. Max Claret, tight end.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Handful of other guys. I'll just kind of hit on the highlights here. Cade Klubnik at quarterback there for Clemson.
First team?
First team, yep. I don't even have a second team. They only put a first team
I've
out.
got it right here. No, I see it right here.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I did not
Arch
see
Manning.
that. That's my bad, yeah.
I just looked at
First
it.
team is Cade Klubnik?
Yep. Clemson's actually got a few guys on here. They got a couple defensive linemen as well. Got TJ Parker at defensive end and then Peter Woods at defensive tackle. So Clemson, they've obviously fallen off from where they were. I know they made the playoffs, so it sounds silly to say that, but they were not like a huge threat, I don't think, to make a run there.
They got their first. They in the transfer portal now. They got Will,
finally, yeah.
Will Hilt from Purdue.
Dabo finally decided, yeah, he's got to do something with that. Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised. Only 2 Buckeyes there, 3 Buckeyes. Claire one surprises me just a little bit, only because Tyvus that
tight ends and
Ohio State tight ends a lot of the times. They come in with high expectations, going to be this huge threat, but there's only so many footballs to go around. And maybe with the running back situation being different this year, there might be more opportunities for the tight end to be involved more. But it seems to me like the tight end is usually the 4th or 5th option in the offense.
Yeah, and I think that they make the best plays. Like G. Scott in the Oregon game, it was wide open. And I think that when you think about for me, like when you think about all these wide receivers that you got to check, the tight end is the last person on your mind. So they should have an unbelievable season just off of that because they're going to be in one-on-ones. More times than not, it's going to probably be against a linebacker, which should be a mismatch for a tight end. So it should be a focal point for them, and especially when you got a young quarterback in there. A quarterback's best friend is the tight end.
Yeah,
and a strong run game. But,
Got a handful of Penn State guys on the list here too. Got Katron Allen is second team at running back. First team is Nicholas Singleton. They got an offensive guard on
All-American?
here. Yeah, offensive guard. I have no idea how to say this dude's name.
I'm so glad you were going to say it.
To be honest with you,
I'm glad it's not me.
Ola Eva Vega. Ione. We'll go with that. And then I got a second-team defensive lineman here at tackle. That is Zane Durant. So,
look, Penn State.
The Buckeyes play Penn State next year, right?
Yeah, November 1st here.
Okay.
And Penn State, they are structured this year a lot like Ohio State was last year. A lot of guys coming back that could have gone to the NFL. They made a change, obviously, with Jim Knowles. The Penn State team is scary this year. I still think Ohio State beats them. The game is here on November 1st, and I think they still get the win, but Penn State's a dangerous team this year.
This is the thing. I was with everybody that kept saying that Penn State, when you think about the recipe to win the last 2 years, Penn State is following suit right with the Wolverines and right with Ohio State. But to me, I just am not there with Drew Aller. I'm not. I know he played.
Not either.
I know he played well down the stretch, but they have not addressed the wide receiver position, and he's not a quarterback that makes the wide receiver. The wide receivers kind of make him. So with that being said, and they lost like Trey Waller. He's gone. I didn't even know that. They lost like a guy. And they didn't really have nobody else outside of Tyler
Warren's gone.
Tyler Warren's that's a big one, yeah.
So, to me, they didn't do a really good job of replacing it. Like, if you're going to run the ball,
Carter, that's right, yeah.
You're going to run the ball, okay, that's fine. But, at the end of the day, quarterback play matters the most, especially in the postseason. And I'm not ready to say he's that guy yet. I got to see it. I don't see it.
I think with Penn State, I got to see him beat an Ohio State level team to be like, okay, here they are, and do it maybe even a couple times. Because do I think the game here in Columbus next November will be close? Probably.
Yeah.
But if it's a one-score game or less in the final quarter,
give me Ohio State.
Well, I guess it can't be less. It's one score or no score. But
yeah,
I would pick the Buckeyes to win. Next up here, guys, Colorado and Coach Prime. They're adding another Hall of Famer to their coaching staff here. They already have, of course, Deion Sanders, and then Warren Sapp helping out on the defensive line there. And they are now adding Marshall Falk as their running backs coach. They say experience is the best teacher. If Falk can pass along some of his experience, the running backs there are going to do just fine. I don't know off the top of my head if Dallin Hayden is still there or not. But
he is, because I seen him repost this on his story today.
So he's got a pretty good teacher here. Falk, all-time in NFL categories here, 12th in rushing yards. He won the MVP in 2000 and just 2000 there. And then he also made 6 All-Pro and 7 Pro Bowl teams. So if he's as good of a coach as he was a player, the Colorado running back room next year is going to be very, very good.
Well, I like the fact that Prime does that. Bring in ex-former players. He had Warren Sapp, now Marshall Falk. Players obviously when they say something, technically you usually lean forward a little bit and take him all right, yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. But also in the same breath, all great players aren't great coaches. So did Marshall Falk have any coaching experience before this?
I don't think so.
Yeah, which is kind of
So that to me,
I don't think Sapp did either though when he hired Warren Sapp.
Yeah, I got to see how it translates.
I feel like,
because I couldn't do it.
I feel like, yeah, you could.
They don't. These kids don't listen. They think they know everything.
Again, you know what? Earlier I said it was the oldest thing you ever said. Now you sound even older.
Now it's number 2.
Right? God,
they don't listen.
You've aged 19 years since we started this show, but I think you'll see in other sports too, where you'll have great former players become coaches or managers in baseball or whatever, and I think it's more likely in football they will respond to you well than in baseball or in basketball. There's been great managers, great players that became managers in baseball that failed miserably. I think part of the time is because they feel like, I can do it, why can't you? All I did was get up and Pete Rose was a good man. Just go up there and hit it. Right? It's that easy. Ted Williams, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, went and managed the Washington Senators at the time before they became the Rangers. And after a couple years, he was fed up. I can't do this because what do you mean you can't hit it? Just look at the ball, hit it. Yeah. Jerry West coached the Lakers for a couple years. Jerry West, the logo, and after a few years, it was he was okay.
Larry Bird, right? He coached.
Bird did well with the Pacers. Yeah. Magic struggled with the Lakers. Magic when he coached the Lakers was not great, but I think in football,
Magic coached the Lakers?
Oh, yeah. He was a coach, and then he was like a player coach or something also, I think, for a while. Yeah. Just very brief.
I did not know
Very brief. But the problem, I think sometimes those guys have higher expectations, and they think that the players what do you mean you can't do it? Look what I did. Look at the video of me. You know what I mean? Why can't you do that? It's easy to manage you if you're me. You know what I mean? Give me 10 Magic Johnsons. Watch how good we are.
Because honestly, that's the thing. Like as a player,
right?
I did it. I know that they do it because I did it. Your coach will tell you to do something. You look at him like, you do it. Let me see you do it.
Right.
And you have more respect if that coach be like, get out the way. I'll show you how to do it.
But you couldn't do that with Deion.
No, Deion ain't got enough toes right now.
No, I wasn't going to say that. Oh my God, you think he's going to grow them back? You said right now.
I mean, he might get.
You think there's toe transplants out there? Do you really think that someone's like
2025? Anything's possible.
Okay, listen.
You can get 6 inches on your height now.
I am so glad you finished that sentence with your height. Because that right there. Honestly, Tyvus, halfway through that phrase, I started to look for the dump button, even though I don't have one over here. Yes, you can add 6 inches on your height right now, according to Tyvus. But you can't, I don't think there's toe transplants. I'd be shocked if anybody get a toe transplant. I don't think it's out there. He just can't wear flip-flops. Coming up next, Ohio State AD Ross Bjork talked to the Dom father. We'll hear what he had to say next. This is Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You hear that? That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Giant Eagle is teaming up with Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola to give one lucky Buckeye fan a VIP basketball experience. Go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle to enter for a chance to win 4 tickets with parking to the March 4th home finale against Nebraska, a Buckeye prize pack, a $200 Giant Eagle gift card, and a trip to the head coach's radio show. Enter today at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle for a chance to win. Brought to you by Giant Eagle, Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola. Go Bucks!
Remember how that little girl in Poltergeist was in the TV?
They're here.
Yeah? Well, she's actually dead now. It's quite sad. Anyway, watch your favorite fan shows on your TV by subscribing to us on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan. Do it now.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny skies, light winds, and a cool finish on this Friday, but at least we're dry. Temperatures in the mid-30s. Down to the upper 20s by your Saturday morning with mostly cloudy skies and light winds. We'll see a few pockets of freezing drizzle early, but freezing rain giving way to all plain rain by Saturday afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 30s late in the day. We'll dry it out for Sunday with some sun, 37. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Trying our best to make Tyvis Powell raise his voice at least 3 octaves.
Are you serious, Tim?
You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
I haven't heard that one before. That's pretty good.
You like that?
That was pretty good. And by the way, #accurate. That's you.
You think I'm an accurate guy?
I think we do that with the octaves thing. You move up with it.
Well, it depends on how passionate. The madder I get, the more my voice gets higher. So
you don't get mad.
I try to stay with a calm voice on here, unless you say something blasphemous and I got to argue with you.
I'm just telling you. Neil Long never did it for me. Nia Long did, but not Neil Long.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
No,
that's all I know.
Anyway, Ross Bjork was talking to the Dominator, the Dom father, Dom Taberi. I get, what can we call him? Like that's what he is with sports here in Central Ohio, here at 10 TV. He was talking to Ross Bjork. We know that Ryan Day got the extension to make him the second highest paid coach in college football behind Kirby Smart. $12.5 million is the average average cost salary of the deal now. And here was Ross Bjork on 10 TV with Dom talking about Coach Day's reaction to the deal.
I think, he's just excited about continuing here to be a Buckeye for a long time. And again, his family, loves it here. They have great support in many ways. We know that there's challenges that come with certain things, but, they just love being Buckeyes here. And I know he's all in. And really, again, when you just have clarity of purpose and you have clarity on the business side that we solidified today, it allows him to keep working. Obviously, we got staff movement, and so he's putting all those pieces together. Recruiting never stops. The NIL world never stops. So, we're constantly building. There hasn't been, we landed back here on Tuesday after the championship game, and it was right to work. It's not a week vacation here, or let's take a few moments. It is right to work, and that's what Coach has been doing, and just a lot of excitement within the building.
Okay, so his deal now it's 7 more years in length total with the extension, all those kind of things. So it takes us through 7 more years. Would you be surprised if Ryan Day is still the coach? I'm not saying get fired or quit or whatever. I'm not saying about that. I'm just asking you just in general. Would you be surprised if Ryan Day is still the coach 7 years from now?
Yeah, I'd be surprised. If he's the coach at Ohio State?
Yeah, head coach at Ohio State.
I'd be surprised. Not that he gets fired. I think that he wants to go back to the NFL at some point.
I think he could at some point, too. I think that this is great security for him and for recruiting and all of that stuff. That's a good thing to have right there, is to have that, I've got a 7-year deal kind of thing coming on with that one. But, I don't, with how much stress is involved with this job, you're not going to have guys sticking around 30 years at the same school anymore. And not a Power 5 school, not a Power 4 school, not a school like Ohio State.
I think that, the thing about Ryan Day is that we'll get lost in the shuffle is people forget, how good of an offensive play caller he is.
Yes.
Just because they won it all because he decided to give up play calling, that man still can draw some stuff up and still scheme things up. And, the NFL always is going to want that mind. And he's a pretty young guy. What is he, in his 50?
I think he's in his 40. I think he's 50 yet, is he? Bodie's gonna look it up. I don't think he's in his
He's still
50s
a-
yet.
he's
He
still
might
a
be. He
young
might be.
guy.
He might be a young 50. The beard dye gives it away. What do you got?
45.
45. Oh yeah, he's still
that's what
young.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, and I think he's always expressed that he wants to get back to the NFL. And if I can get away from this transfer portal and stuff, like yeah, like I think it's only gonna be for so long. Now, what I will give him a lot of credit for is that I don't know how many coaches could conform to the new wave,
Right.
Because when he took the job, there was no
It was a
NIL
different world.
and transfer portal, and now where it's at today is the Wild Wild West. And he's done a really good job of embracing it. I think he was the first coach that I heard embrace it. He's the first coach to come out and say, we need $15 million in NIL. Right. Like, he was the very first to say something like that. So he's been a leader in this whole thing. But I do think at some point you'll get tired of it. Because what'll happen is he'll end up losing a player that gets plucked off or tampered with.
Right.
And he'll be like, I'm not about to keep doing this every year. Like that it's not that fun. Like, it takes the fun out of the sport that you got to do all these things. So I think for him, at some point, I think he'll establish himself as a really good coach here at Ohio State. He's got the natty, so a lot of pressure is off. If he is able to go on another run and pull 2 out like that, make him the first coach to have 2 in Ohio State? No, maybe second. I mean, Paul Brown guy.
I know Woody Hayes only one.
Yeah.
Woody Hayes only a guy who's got multiple titles.
Okay, yeah. So they put him in that, and then I could definitely see him trying to be like, all right, I'm going back to the NFL.
I wonder, and
nobody would be mad at him.
Saban got out because he doesn't want to deal in this world
Nobody
anymore.
would do with that.
I wonder how many other coaches, and Ryan Day being one of them. If you'd have told Ryan Day, I've said this before on, I don't know, on this show, but other shows too, but like if you'd have told Ryan Day before he took the job to be the head coach, this is what it's going to look like 6, 7, 10 years from now. This is what your job's going to be. You won't be the head coach calling all the plays and all, you will be a CEO and you'll have to deal with transfer portal, NIL. Would he still have taken the job?
Yes.
You think he would have?
Yeah.
Because it's a much different, it's a lot of, like you said, it's a lot different than we signed up for, though.
Why? You know why?
Why?
Because he won a championship. So when you win a championship, it's like it's a job well done.
Also,
You're right.
$10 million a year is not a bad payday.
Totally right. I'm saying, though, I don't know how many coaches, though, longtime coaches would still take the job if they knew this was the job.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
Would you live with regret if you didn't take the job?
Potentially. Now, granted, national championship changes everything.
Look, in today's day and age, take the job. Get fired. Collect unemployment.
Yeah, what's that? Jimbo.
Said, show me which door you want.
Do the Jimbo. Yeah, do the Jimbo Fisher.
How you want me go?
Jimbo Fisher's doing okay. That's a good point. Also, here's Ross was talking about the decision to extend Ryan Day. Seems like the decision. Here's what Ross Bjork had to say with Dom Tiberi on 10 TV.
Well, I think in today's world, stability of coaching, stability of leadership is so critical. Obviously, college athletics is going through a transformational process. And, when you have the right leadership, when you have consistency, when you have the right person at the helm, you want to secure that. You want to secure the future. And given what we just went through, like you said, a historical run in the history of college football, given the way Coach Day runs the program on a day-to-day basis, people may just only see game day. But this is a 365, 24/7 job that he leads, and he just does it the right way. So we wanted to not only reward success, but also just make sure that we're stable for a long time because he runs the program the right way. So it was important that we got this done in this time frame. We've been talking about it as the season, was coming to an end. We knew that we were going to address his contract in one way, shape, or form, and to have the support of the Board of Trustees, President Carter, and have that alignment on Coach Day being the right guy, all this made sense, and we're just so appreciative of his leadership.
Do you think, God, if Day loses Notre Dame
in the championship,
Bodie's got excited. If Day would have lost Notre Dame,
if only, Tito,
would this extension have happened?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think so. Because I think that you've seen How did they lose the game? That's the question. I mean,
that's true. If they could beat 57-0.
Yeah,
right.
I don't
or
know.
let's say Ohio State's got 10 men on the field.
Fired. I would have needed a new job.
Let's say Ohio State's got 10 men on the field for the last play of the game. Maybe something like that. Or late in the game. Whatever. I'm just saying, if something like that happened, then I could.
Listen, Tito, there's Ohio State grads. I don't know what they're doing to those football players there. They got to be smarter, though.
Honestly, I think when Ross Bjork came out after the Team Up North game and said that, they was committed to Ryan Day. I don't think he was just blowing smoke. I don't think it was either. I think he really felt that way because Ryan Day, he does do things the right way, and he is a genuinely good guy. Even when I was doing, the recruiting and doing all that stuff, like one thing I always said about Ryan Day is he's different than a lot of coaches. Like he actually cares about you. And you're not just the X and O in his playbook. Like he actually cares about your well-being. So I think that these players understand the genuine guy that he is, and I think that's why they play so hard. And it's hard to find that in today. And I think that if you want kids to play hard and be the best and give you their best effort, you have to show them that you care about their well-being outside of football. And I think that's what makes him so special. And I think you wouldn't be able to replace that just easily, because coaches is in it for, I'm just trying to use you as long as I can, and then boom, ship you off.
Yeah, and Ryan Day when he got this extension, then he and his wife, they donated $1 million to mental health awareness, to some of the funding there. And they're very big on that, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I just feel like Ryan Day, and I said it before, but he feels like the kind of college football coach I would want my son to play for.
I would agree with that.
He's a father figure, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do think, like you said, I think he genuinely cares about the players. And although there's absolutely 1,000% a business side to this, I think he has a way, though, of also making the players feel like that they are important to him beyond football. You know what I mean? Like beyond football, I think these guys feel like they also have some value in Ryan Day's life.
Yeah, I would.
And Ryan Day values them.
I would agree with that. I think that he cares whether you're the star player or the last guy on the bench. I still think he genuinely cares about you.
Right.
And I think that's what makes him a special coach.
I think it does too. Yes, that's what I like about Ryan Day, and glad he signed on for more years, and we'll see what happens. Speaking of Ryan Day, though, and the coaching staff now the head coaching position's more settled than it was before. Let's look at what's next for the coaching staff. We'll do that next. Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Start 2025 with significant growth and earning potential at Uline's new warehouse in Etna. Interview for warehouse roles at Uline's February hiring event in Etna. Earn pay starting from $25 an hour with a $2 night shift increase, plus significant growth and earning potential. And get full health and retirement benefits on day one. Don't wait. Start building a long-term career at a growing company. Sign up for your warehouse interview on Saturday, February 22nd in Etna at uline.jobs.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University, Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye Buckeye talk and the latest updates on Ryan Day's beard. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Tybus, my wife's at a party tonight.
A party?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What kind of party is it? What's the day? Friday?
Today's Friday.
Okay.
It's called a Galentine party.
Galentine?
Mm-hmm.
Are they drinking gallons of lemonade?
It's a bunch of women. Gal.
Just change the V in Galentine. Change the V in Valentine Tybus to a G.
It's gal, girls. It's a bunch of women.
Gals.
Females. Yes. That are together hanging out tonight. It's not Valentine.
That's cute.
It's Galentine.
That's cute.
If I had a Malentine party, would you?
No.
I invited you wouldn't show up?
No.
What if I told you?
You do know I'm not a party. I'm not a go-outer type of guy.
What if I told you Neil Long would be there? Would that change your answer?
If Neil Sika would be there.
You would go?
No.
Okay. But Neil Long, you would not go. So Ohio State's got nothing official on coaching announcements. We get the sense, though, and it's obvious that, we're going to have Brian Hartline will be the OC and do the play call stuff. There's other things that are in the works. Let's hear this first from Ross Bjork about the coaching hires and where they're at on it. This is with Dom Taberi. He may as well be Dom TV on 10 TV.
These are dynamic times, right? You want to make sure you get it right. You want stability, again, within the program, within the roster, making sure we have the right coaches that fit the culture and the chemistry. So things are still fluid. As we sit here today on a Thursday afternoon, there's not any formal announcements that are pending. Today, we're getting through some formalities and processes, but this is Ohio State. We have high standards. We're going to hire the right people. Coach is going to pick the right people to lead us into the future. So things are still in the works, still in motion.
So Hartline, the OC, Billy Fessler is going to be the quarterback's coach. Will Howard, in his farewell message to Ohio State fans, mentioned him as being a key person for him in his development this year. Justin Fry, the OC from Virginia Tech. Justin Fry, the OC, Justin Fry, the offensive line coach, who is gone now to the NFL with Arizona. Good for him. Virginia Tech's offensive coordinator, Tyler Bowen, is going to take over that and be the run game coordinator. Another example, much like Chip Kelly, but not quite at that extreme, though, of a guy who's taking a step back, down in title, but maybe a better career move for him.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he's coming from Virginia Tech, right?
Right.
So that's a guy who he's obviously going to deal with much better talent because Virginia Tech is just not Virginia Tech what it used to be.
Right.
I say that disrespectfully because I can't stand him. So he's going to come here and he's going to have better talent and be able to capitalize. Somebody brought up a point today about Chip Kelly. How Chip Kelly pretty much used Ohio State to get $6 million.
Great for him.
Very smart by
Yes.
him. This is a guy that left UCLA, to become offensive coordinator.
Head coach of UCLA.
Yeah, and realize all the talent and all the things that you could do and how great you can make an offense look with the players that you have. And he capitalized and turned it into a $6 million coordinator job in the NFL. So I think that for him, the guy coming from Virginia Tech, obviously he can have that same success, and to do it at Ohio State. And obviously it's going to be tough to follow Chip Kelly and what Justin Fry was able to do as an offensive line coach. But, at least you got the talent. It's not a talent issue. That if your philosophy and your schemes are the best, then these players should be able to take it and be really good.
And that's the thing I always wondered about this no matter what position you're coaching, from coordinators all the way down to the positions.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at Ohio State, when you're at Georgia, when you're at Texas, when you're at, I don't say Penn State, but anyway, Notre Dame. How about this?
Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yep,
When you're at those schools.
What about them?
Your talent.
Runner up, baby.
Your talent will be better. By the way, Cousin Rob says, talk about three-peat with the Chiefs. Don't forget about Notre Dame women's lacrosse going for three-peat also. But anyway, nonetheless.
Men's lacrosse.
I'm sorry.
Shout out Jordan Faison.
Yeah, shout out Cousin Rob and Jordan Faison. Yes.
Tybus likes to hate on, but.
Okay.
I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. But he's no Neil Long. But you're always going to have more talent on your side than on the other side.
Correct.
Like, for every game Ohio State plays this year, Texas will be tough. Obviously, if you look at the talent matchup, like offense against defense, O-line against D-line, should be pretty even. But other than that,
it should be Ohio State should have the majority of the talent.
Right. And why wouldn't you want to be the coach of the team, be a coordinator, be a position coach of a team that's got that built-in advantage going in?
Yeah, it's never it usually would be an X's and O's thing. Like,
right.
It shouldn't be the talent.
Sure.
Thing. And like I said, I always tell the story about when I talked to Halfley when he was the DC here.
Right.
And he was paranoid because he was like, I'm from the NFL where we got to worry about certain things. And then he gets out here in the game and guys just completely it's better than everybody. He was like, I got to the game. He said, I was worried about how we going to stop this and that. And then boom, Chase Young blows the whole thing up. And he was like, well, I forgot that we got better talent. We just got better players than other guys.
Right.
And that's the same thing that I feel like a lot of coaches, when you get that opportunity to be able to come coach at Ohio State, like, yeah, you're always going to have the talent to do it. Now, you better make sure you put these guys in the right position.
It'd be tough to come into Ohio State today in one of those positions and leave for a lesser job.
To come to Ohio State
and leave like, okay, this guy from Virginia Tech's coming in to be the offensive line coach. He was an OC before.
I would argue that Jim Knowles just did that.
Well, Jim Knowles, I think that's a different situation. Jim Knowles I agree that in stature it's lesser of a job, but the money he's making, it feels like more of a lateral move than if he went to Penn State for less money, I would share that sentiment. But he went there for a hell of a lot more money. So I'm just saying, like, this offensive line coach coming in for Virginia Tech was the OC before. I don't think his next job will be less than an offensive line coach. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be surprised if somebody comes in and leaves with a lesser title.
If he leaves, he should probably be an OC.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Or NFL or whatever.
It's like,
you know what I mean?
It's like the NFL. If you're going to go get a guy,
right?
Like, rarely do guys be like, all right, I'm going to leave this OC and go be the OC here. No,
right.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to be the head coach. Or if I'm a quarterback's coach and they want to make me the OC, like that's kind of how it rolls.
So Justin Fry took a step up, NFL.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly, obviously step up, not only financially, but just, going to the NFL and working now with Pete Carroll and the Raiders. It's step up, I would say, for him. It's where he wanted to be. It's hard for me to envision. I know it's happened before, but in today's, it's happened, in the last few years it's happened. But today, I think it'd be very tough for a coach to come in and leave for a lesser job.
I agree. Unless he got fired.
Well, if he gets fired, though, I'm saying, then he probably would take a lesser job. Then that would happen. But that's what I'm saying. It's like when you have the advantages built into Ohio State that you have, not only with NIL, but just facilities and talent-wise, it'd be damn hard to fail. Yeah,
that's why Ryan Day gets all the pressure.
Right. I think it's the only decision I think really left we got to worry about now is the defensive coordinator position, because that has not been settled upon yet, as far as I could tell, unless you have insider info.
No, I turned them down.
I figured you did. I figured you were the first call.
Tyvus, you the only one that can say this. I said, no, I'm not. I'm cool.
We're talking Ohio State, not Columbus State, but that's okay. No offense, Cougars. So I don't know. I mean, Day obviously has, the guy on staff, Garrietta. What's how you pronounce his last name?
Oh, Matt Guerrieri.
Guerrieri, that's who it is. Yes, Matt Guerrieri. And Tim Walton, the secondary coach, also somebody who might be considered there.
I'd be shocked if one of them don't get it. Like, I feel like they would be the easiest transition.
Pitt defensive coordinator Randy Bates is somebody else who's an Ohio State guy who is being under consideration as well. But it'll be curious. The key on that one, though, Tyvus, is going to be schematically, will it be much of a change?
That's what I want to know. That depends on who they name as DC.
Right.
Because
will it be a big change in that?
If it's Tim or Matt Guerrieri, they probably just kind of run what they've been running.
Right.
But my problem with what scares me about that is the last time that happened was Halfley and Kerry Combs.
Oh, yeah.
Halfley had the successful defense. Once he left, they made Kerry try to run the same thing.
And Kerry wasn't ready for that.
And he did. I don't know if Coach Combs understood all the ins and outs of all the different things you could do in that defense to make it be successful. So I thought that's why I was like, So in this situation, you better make sure that Matt Guerrero or Tim Walton understands that defense inside and out. Because if a team schemes something up and has an answer, you better have a solution to fix the problem.
Knowles was great at that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you better be just as good. That's why it's like you got to run the defense that you know the best.
Yeah. Knowles was great at that. He did a awesome job with the halftime adjustments. It's just authorized. Both he and Chip Kelly both did. They both did great jobs making halftime adjustments, and that's why you look at Ohio State's numbers over the last several years, even, and for the most part, they greatly outplayed the opposition in the second half.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We saw it all along. All right, coming up next, we'll wrap things up. Hashtag Buckeyes. We will do that next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
This promo is brought to you by Common Man and Timmy Hall's Ping Pong Game. The Fan. Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron. Superheroes!
I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO. Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Get organized with a new Dakota closet system at Menards. Dakota closets are versatile and can be installed in any room, from home offices and laundry rooms to walk-in or reach-in closets, and so much more. Use the You Create Closet Planner, available in-store or online, to design a Dakota closet system that maximizes your space and matches your style. Don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Bodie, we're fighting over here. Tyvus is walking out of the studio in the break to go miss some shots. And he said, don't steal my #Buckeyes. I said, what's yours? And it's about Jamison Battle. And I said, that's mine also. So now he's going to do a different one, he said.
I refuse to do it.
So he's not going to do it now. By the way, Tyvus, I want to ask you this question here because somebody in the chat mentioned it. Craig did. Do you think Jim Knowles will get to do more 3-4 with Penn State and use the jack position more?
I do think that.
I think so, too.
I think they got the type of players. Like, think about it. If Abdul Carter was still there, he'd be perfect for that. And I think that Penn State grooms and recruits that type of player. So I think that it'll be perfect for him to run that jack. And I'm actually curious to see how it looks because we've heard about it for 3 years, but haven't really had a chance to see it. So,
Jamison Battle. Here's my #Buckeyes. Jamison Battle. Only here for 1 year. He's one of those guys. There's some guys that have come through with the basketball program and some of the football too, I guess, that, God, I wish they could be here longer.
I know.
Will Howard's one of them, but I'm saying like Quinshon Junkins, he could have stayed, but nonetheless, I'm saying though, but Jamison Battle's one of those guys.
Man,
could you imagine him on this team?
His jumper,
yes, it was pure,
so pure, and it wasn't until the end of the season that I found out he could dunk.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because he was always catching and shooting.
Right.
He pump fake, went past somebody and dunked. I said, look at this. And it's nice to see that, things is going up for him, trending up.
He converted his 2-way contract to a 3-year deal with the Toronto Raptors. So good for him getting that. It's funny. There's some of those Buckeyes like that, like him and like Jayshawn Tate's really carved out a role for himself with Houston and signed another deal with them. I think it was last year maybe. But he's put up good numbers for them. He's an important role player for that Houston team. Sometimes starter, but mostly role player.
Still waiting on Bryce, Malachi.
Yep.
I know EJ's bounced around a couple of times.
EJ, the injury is what got him.
Yeah.
And so he hasn't gotten the chance yet back. I think I saw Bryce started the other day for, Utah. Is that where he's playing?
Yeah. Is he still there?
I think he's still there. Bodie just laughed when I said Utah because we know how you feel about Utah.
Rough season last year for
it was.
Oh really? Oh shocker!
Hey,
who could have seen that coming?
They won the last ever Pac-12.
Whatever.
Hey, it wasn't Florida State rough. It was not Florida State rough.
Oh God,
it was a rough season. The last Pac-12.
They beat USC in 2022 or
23.
No, didn't Washington beat Oregon?
That's right. Yes, they second to last.
Yeah, I had to say. I know I'm not
pretty good.
And the Pac-12 is coming back. They need one more team.
The Mountain Pac-12
They
West.
just need one more team, and they're back to the big Pac-12.
So now that I've given my #Buckeyes, you were forced to scramble for one.
Yep.
Do you have one?
Nope. But yes, I do. Now, actually, my hashtag comes in a form of a question for you.
Oh, great.
So Bill Kurlick tweeted out, which Bill Kurlick follow me. Look at that. I didn't even know that. Shout out to Bill Kurlick. He said,
I follow you. Never give me a shout out, but go ahead.
What are you, sensitive?
No, I'm just saying, I follow you also, and you never say, oh, look, Tito followed me. Shout out to Tito.
What is your name? That Happens?
That's That Happens. That's correct.
Anyways, Bill Kurlick, great recruiting guy. You should go follow him. He's a great
He's great,
follower.
yes.
Anyways, he says the country's #1 wide receiver in 2027 is extremely excited about an offer from Ohio State OC and wide receiver coach Brian Hartline. Now, the reason I bring this up to you is, do you think it will ever come a point in time? Because right? I mean, because they do such a great job with all these recruits. I know Jeremiah Smith was like the first number one guy. Do you think that they'll have a trend of getting number one guys? I know they missed on Decoria Moore this past year because he went to Oregon.
Right.
But I'm sure they're going to probably try to be in the race. Chris Henry number one for the 26?
Yep.
Okay. And then now they got this kid. Do you think it'll come a time where kids will be like, I'm not going to Ohio State because they got all them number one guys in their class, in that room?
My thought is that if you are an alpha dog who's a number one recruit, number one receiver, or number two receiver, number three receiver in the rankings, whatever it is, if you're an alpha dog, that won't bother you. You will embrace it.
Okay.
I mean, look at Carnell Tate. Now, he is a stud.
Yes, he is.
He would start for any other team in the country.
I like him. I think he probably is my favorite player on that team.
He's great. And he has not had the volume he probably expected. Certainly not the volume he'd have gone somewhere else.
He will next year.
He will next year. And he get that opportunity to do that. So, but people who want to leave, people who are like, I'm afraid of competition, not afraid. I don't want that competition. I want to walk in and be the number one without taking a snap. Those are the kind of guys I think Ohio State's okay with losing when it's all said and done. I mean, look at Tate Martell.
Will you stop? Why do you always bring him up?
Because he's a perfect example of this.
No, he's not.
He's a guy who came in and was I'm going to do this and this. I'm going to compete for that. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to compete for the job. I'm not going to leave if I don't get it. And then he left and was never anything after that.
Devin Brown burnt the boats.
First of all, Devin Brown, don't you dare say Devin Brown and Tate Martell in the same conversation.
Bodie, am I wrong? Did he burn the boat?
He did burn the boat. We rebuilt him, though. So
he's in Cal.
Now he went all the way.
The Golden Bear.
California.
He did it the right way. And
that's the right way?
The right way, yeah. I think so, yeah. Do you think any Ohio State fan will not root for Devin Brown next year?
No.
Do you think any Ohio State fan
if he left last year, would they have rooted for him?
Probably not as much.
Yes, they would have.
The fact he stayed through the championship when he could have left earlier. When he could have
They
left.
still would have cheered for. They still would have rooted for him.
I think more so now that he went through this. But I'm saying, like, do anybody who rooted for Tate Martell after he left? No.
Somebody I know. I just seen somebody's dating his sister.
Tate Martell's sister?
Yeah, it was somebody of significance that was dating his sister. I couldn't remember.
It's probably a backup quarterback somewhere.
I might be, actually. Why you say say that? It probably is.
It probably is.
It popped up on my Twitter feed one time, and I was like, oh.
Are you following Tate Martell's sister on Twitter?
No, I don't even know her name.
Well, it feels like it seems kind of creepy you know this.
It was on my timeline.
Right, but it can't be on your timeline.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just saying. I don't. Bill Curley can report that.
Somebody I know is
Bill Curley.
Is it Paris Johnson?
That's who it is. Yes, Paris Johnson Jr. Yeah.
He's dating Martell's sister?
That's who it is. Yeah, see? That's how I know.
So you're Paris Johnson.
I think I follow Paris Johnson.
Okay, that's acceptable then.
Go Bucks. Hashtag Buckeyes.
Until she transfers. But I just feel like if you're that kind of a player, you were that way. You were like, you weren't going to leave. You embrace competition. You were like, I'm going to be this.
I'm different, though.
First of all, you're not that different.
You can't compare me to these kids today.
I can't compare you to Jeremiah Smith?
No. He's way better than me.
I'm saying, though, he is not afraid of competition.
No, why would he be?
Well, I was going to say, what competition?
No, I understand. No, but I'm saying, he did not say, oh, look, Ibuka's coming back. I'm not going to go to play.
Well, they play two different positions.
I understand that. No, listen, on Madden, they're both wide receivers.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but I'm just saying, like, with guys like Carnell Tate, who we know could start anywhere.
He's starting now.
Didn't start, but I'm saying he did not come in. I don't think
he not the starting third receiver.
He was. Listen, third receiver, yes, but
they run 11 all the time.
You ask Carnell Tate out of high school, what are you going to do in college? He's got these high expectations, I bet, about his production.
He probably still got them.
He does now, but when he first got here, did those expectations probably come to fruition? I don't think so. He had to wait. He had to wait his turn. I think if you wait your turn, it works out. At Ohio State, if you're
Jeremiah Smith ain't wait his turn.
He didn't need to. I'm just saying other guys that come through though, that they do that though. That's If a wide receiver says, I'm coming to Ohio State, this is, oh, wait, look at that room. I better not.
You know, that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know, people like look at who's in there already.
Right. But I don't that part. If I was a coach and a player was afraid of that competition,
I want to see Mylan Graham at some point this season.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah,
and Bryson Rogers.
I want to see it too. Ohio State's got to be the only got to be really careful with as far as the position is quarterback, because with wide receivers you can have 5 guys catching balls, obviously, or 6 guys throughout the season. The quarterback, there's 1, and you don't want to. Julian Saint is damn good, and he's going to be the starter this year. I don't want to turn.
Says who?
You think someone else going to start?
I mean, it's possible.
Who will it be? Will it be Lincoln or will it be Tavion?
Tristan Jebbia.
Okay. Anyway, is that the name of the guy who's going to be at the DC? Somebody, that's Guerrera. Anyway, so I'm just saying that I think that you can't. I wouldn't bring in many more transfers at quarterback because I don't want to turn off potential recruits to that. But wide receivers, you can get plenty of looks, even if you're not the starter or whatnot. But still, I think Ohio State does a great job of massaging those relationships.
I agree with that, and I think if somebody does transfer after the spring, I think they'll get a veteran guy in the portal.
Thanks so much for tonight, sticking around with us. Thank you to Bodie. Thank you to Tyvis for all of your hard work. Thank you for Neil Long. We appreciate that. Amber and Ian up next.
Your morning just got beefier. Morning Juice with Beamer, Bobby, and Shark.
Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
I used to love shooting hoops with my dad, who taught me great lessons beyond the game. He was the one who helped me open my first bank account. He told me credit unions take care of you like a teammate and often have the best rates. That's why I've been a Credit Union of Ohio member for 40 plus years.
Make life more affordable at Credit Union of Ohio. With great rates on savings and loans, Credit Union of Ohio has been trusted by families for generations. Visit cuofohio.org to join today. That's cuofohio.org. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Giant Eagle is teaming up with Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola to give one lucky Buckeye fan a VIP basketball experience. Go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle to enter for a chance to win 4 tickets with parking to the March 4th home finale against Nebraska, a Buckeye prize pack, a $200 Giant Eagle gift card, and a trip to the head coach's radio show. Enter today at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle for a chance to win. Brought to you by Giant Eagle, Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola. Go Bucks!
At NJM Insurance, we like to think of ourselves as a symphony. We start with a foundation of doing the right thing. Then we layer in dedicated reps whose priority is you. Add in excellent discount programs. And last, but certainly not least, we put our policyholders first. And the reason we don't use jingles or mascots is because it's just not us. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. When you leave a job, don't leave your 401k. Grow your investment without the fees associated with 401k plans. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary